There we go. I didn't know what I was doing. When I'm at home in North Carolina, I use OBS to come on here, and I don't usually do these slides, and I didn't know what I was doing. So anyway, we got on here. How's everybody? Had a good weekend, I hope. Third weekend of January here. Thank you, Kristen, for taking these meetings the last 2 weekends. I really appreciate it. Obviously, this is not Lord Jupiter. This is not in the van. So, hey, Kristen, this is the beautiful home of Steve Jervey in Tampa. Steve was with one of the television stations here as I saw Emmy Award-winning weatherman, and this is his home, and he's invited me. See, Jean Van Hull started something last spring when she invited me to house sit her 2 cats. Well, Steve has invited me to house sit next month, so this is the first swing through. And then I'll be circling back, and I'm going to keep an eye on the place while he's taking a little trip. So, Steve, are you around? Steve is here, and I wanted to just introduce him to you and let you see him. There we are.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm tall, just like you.
Yeah, he's taller than I am. So,
right.
But thank you for this. Really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, and thank you for watching out. Jean set the standard, so I figured this was a service that you provided. So I learned later you have a podcast, so that's fine. I thought you were a cat sitter.
I'm going to be a van traveling cat sitter where I can stay for free everywhere.
Yeah,
See, that's the deal, right?
That would work.
It's
absolutely.
like just take care of the cats, which is easy. So beautiful energy here, though. Your home is amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I really try to create that way.
The landscaping that he has here with bamboo. And I mean, he was telling me all the plants. I can't remember all of them, but just absolutely stunning, the energy here. So
plants have good energy, and we're both wearing shorts, which indicates it's warm here, which is always nice.
For those of you up north, we are in shorts and sandals, but we're going to do a little different meditation tonight that is we'll see how this goes. I really literally have no notes, no plan, and we're just going to let it flow. I tried to put something together and it just didn't come, so I just released it.
I think you're going to do just fine.
We're just fly
I'll leave it to you.
Like when you had to anchor all those hurricane coverages for all those years.
You don't go home till it's done.
Yeah, right. Well, we're going to go home tonight. So thank you again. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Enjoy.
Yes.
Good to see everybody.
Wonderful host and good podcast listener as well. All right, let me catch up with some of your notes here because I see you guys. Arnaldo. Steve is, I'm going to tell you all a secret. Steve is good people. He really is. He's a great guy. So, oh, yes. Oh, hey, we need to talk on this, Melissa. We need to talk. Hey, Brisbane. Good to have you in, Christine. Thank you. Thanks for telling us where you're from. Here's Jacksonville right here. See, we've got all the Florida thing going. You guys love Kristen when she shows up on here. I think she has become really a big hit, and really appreciate her doing that. It was great, and especially last weekend, so that my brother and I could enjoy that rocket launch. Hey, Kathy. It went direct about 6:30 this evening. So, wow, yes. And I talked about this on the episode of Fun Astrology that is going to be on Tuesday, is when planets go from retrograde to direct or from direct to retrograde, they slow down. They've been, going retrograde, they slow down. They literally stop and change direction in the sky. And that takes place depending on how fast the planet is. In the case of a Uranus, which is very slow, it takes several days, sometimes even a week, that maximum energy is very present. So anything around inspirations, but particularly surprises, changes, suddenness, could be amplified right now, for sure. This was, here we go. Oh, wow. Perfect. Hey, you guys probably in the Facebook group have seen that Sarah is making some changes in her business. And if you have any jewelry that you would like to order, now's a great time to do it. She would really appreciate it. I'm going to order the chakra series. She gave me one, and I'm going to order the rest. And I'll have her ship it when I get back home. But if you are interested in some of her beautiful high energy jewelry, then reach out to Sarah. You can either go to her website or just message her or reach out to her in the group page. It would be awesome. She has done so much for us, and this would be a great time to just show your love and support for her. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Oh, Lisa said 15 years ago tonight, the 22nd of January, I was the 8th ICU after surgeons removed this, what you see there. We are so glad that is behind you. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Whoa. Little bump there. I think we'll be all right, hopefully. Yeah, been hanging with Sean and Brielle and had a wonderful time with them and their precious, precious son. Okay, let's see here. All right. So let's kind of move into what we're going to do tonight. I thought we would just talk for a minute. If you have anything that you'd like to put out there, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Go figure, right? This is like Steve's best Wi-Fi connection. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Wi-Fi. It's either the aliens or the solar flare. See, they're listening to us already. They're already tuned in, and we haven't said a word. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be great. So, if you have anything that you'd like to just put in here and talk about for a minute, we can, but I'm going to pretty much move us right on into our meditation. So go ahead and drop it in here if you have something that you'd like to share, anything you'd want to talk about. Somebody said they had an ooh-wah-wah. If you have an ooh-wah-wah that you've had since Uranus has slowed down and since Mercury has slowed down and changed directions, we've got our 3 dates, 12, 18, and 22. Boom, we're done. So we are all systems go for liftoff on planet Earth and in the sky. And that's why this is a perfect time to do exactly what we're doing right now. Because if there was a connection to benefic, friendly beings out there that would help us, then this would be a perfect time with Uranus going retro or turning direct from retrograde. So this would be just a perfect time. Glad it worked out that way. And I don't know, it just hit me this week. So I guess it all fit together. This is cool. So, hey, Brittany, good to see you. Conflict this weekend. It's more of a Mars kind of thing, but Liz, I hope we're rocking and rolling here. I hope we're doing okay. The RV show was really interesting, and I have some thinking to do. In fact, I was meditating and just kind of doing some doodling and scratching on it this morning. I went to gather information. I went to see what was new, and surprisingly, there's not much new. The biggest new thing in RVs right now is, okay, good. Good, Liz. The biggest new thing in RVs is lithium batteries. They're putting lithium battery, but like in Teslas and electric cars. I was wanting to see more solar integration, more off the grid kind of thing. Didn't see a lot of that. What's there is there. What's been there is still there. Automated control panels, there was only one. So, I mean, really, it didn't look like the industry has moved itself forward that much. I do know that RV manufacturers, especially over this past year, have taken a beating. So maybe there won't be that much until the industry gets healthier, until the economy gets healthier again. So maybe it's change the colors, change this, that, move a wall, add a sofa, whatever. But I don't know that there will be that much. As far as me personally, kind of an interesting decision of whether or not to go bigger. And one of the things that I've had happen since I've been down here this trip is so many people have come up in the campgrounds that I've been at, or like last weekend when we were watching the rocket, that would say, man, I want one of these. It almost kind of had me thinking, you're in the right spot. But I am going to think about upgrading to one of those bigger ones that I did the video on. And so we'll see. We'll see. Hey, Rob, glad you're here. Good to see you. Let me catch up on a couple of other notes here real quick. Relationship transformation to benefit versus unhealthy passive-aggressive behaviors. Great, honest conversation. Being uncomfortable. Wow, this is great. This is great. And I don't know if I can go back and see. Yeah, Facebook doesn't let me see who's in there, but glad for this. That's a really good side of Uranus right there. I like that. Let's see what this says. I would like to push past my comfort zone and go for what I really want and have confidence that I can achieve more than I thought. Yes. Wow, you guys are doing great. I love this. Abigail, let's give Abigail just a big, everybody, Abigail, I hope you can feel this. Here is somebody that is young, as you can tell, fairly new listener to our podcast, and decided that at a young age that alcohol was a problem and was going to be a problem, had become a problem. She told me a little bit about it and has a similar background to mine, actually, of the religious upbringing, and came to the realization that this was not serving her spiritual growth. So she got the help that she needed, released it, and this is 1 year free this month. Abigail, I could not be more happy. And thank you, by the way, and you know what I'm saying thank you for. I appreciate it. Got it, yesterday, I think? Thank you. You are so sweet. She's a wonderful soul on a really a cool path. I mean, she knows that she has a purpose, and it's beyond what she's doing now, and it is going to come out, and it is going to be revealed, and you're going to hear more of her in the future, I promise. So great. Glad to have you here, and congratulations. I am thrilled for you, truly. That is so good. All right, let's see what Kathleen has here. Family is navigating a lot of ick. So many things we learned during the retrogrades are exploding. Wow. establishing new foundations. If there's anything specific we can help you with, Kathleen, let us know. Be happy to. Don't know the details of that, but let's send Kathleen some energy right now. How about it? Let's just all for a second, just kind of focus toward your phone or your tablet or your computer and focus some very positive energy to Kathleen and her situation. May the lessons that you are supposed to learn be easy to understand, and may the challenges smooth when you have learned the lessons that they are here to teach. And so it is. Hey, you're getting some good high fives here. It's great. All right, let's move in here to this meditation. And the first thing I thought we would do, because I was trying to, there's some precious vibes for you from our sweet Brittany. Kathleen. Thank you, Brittany. I was trying to make some notes on this. The thing came through and I thought, let's do this. But I was trying to get some structure and some organization and nothing was there. And I've tried 3 or 4 times today and then just finally decided to release it. So this is total free flow. But let's first of all clear ourselves to be able to step into this process of seeking energy out there beyond our consciousness, beyond our realm, beyond our knowledge, that is here to help us. We know that things have shifted on this planet. I feel very strongly still that the best marker for this was January 12th, 2020. I think it was 12th, 10th, 2020, when the planets Saturn and Pluto aligned in the sky for the first time in 500 years, initiating what has historically been massive transformational energy on the planet, shifting what was into something completely different. And here we are again. We are now at the point of that shift. That to me is the marker. So not much of this is a surprise. I don't know the details, but that we had a pandemic, a global pandemic, 3 or so weeks after that didn't surprise me, because if we go all the way back to 1284, the bubonic plague followed Saturn and Pluto aligning in the sky. So it's like, oh, we're starting. It was actually at the end, because after that, the Italian Renaissance emerged. This time we started with the pandemic. Like, oh, okay, well, then we don't know what's ahead. There's a lot of chatter now about this and that, but we don't know. At the end of the day, we don't know. But I think so many of us can feel that things are shifting. That's pretty obvious. And there's more to it than what meets the eye. So then, if this is something massively higher, so let's go down the Dolores Cannon path for a second. If this is massively higher, consciousness shift, upgrading the frequencies, as everybody's been talking about, I don't know about all that stuff. I truly, honestly don't. So I can't comment. But I do feel strongly that there have been key times in our history as humans when we have been interceded upon by benevolent beings from other realms. Fred has written about this. In fact, he said that Earth's consciousness gets to a point where it is either going to become destructive or it can't continue, it can't find its way forward. And then these higher beings come to help push us to the next level. Fred would put Jesus in that category, or the Buddha, or a number of the other teachers and leaders that have come at key strategic points to speak to certain ethnicities or nations or groups of people, to plant various seeds that can help the collective consciousness from what they do well. For example, the Buddha talked about enlightenment and going within and meditation. Well, that now has spilled over to other cultures. Jesus came to talk about forgiveness and love. That was directed to a particular group, and it spilled out and over into others. That's the idea. That's the pattern. I think beyond that as well, that there have been times when whoever have given us things here on planet Earth. I think astrology is one of those things. I, honest to goodness, don't think that people that didn't even have a telescope and even a way of calculating higher math, I think that system was given to us. That's my belief. I could be wrong. I'm not holding on to it so fast. If you have evidence that it wasn't, great. I'll take a look at it. But right now, it appears that we are being led into something different. Let's just, I think we could all probably come to terms with that. And if there are benevolent factors beyond our own recognition, why don't we send them energy? Let's send them love. So the first preparation for us to do this is to basically get ourselves in the best state to call this energy in, or to also push the energy out from a pure vessel. So the first thing that I would suggest we do is collectively, together, really bond ourselves together now. We've gotten pretty good at this over the last year and a half, but let's do this where we touch our computer or your phone, just so we have that connection of what binds us all. You might want to use something else if you have a stone or one of Sarah's bracelets. Sarah said she just walked in. Hi, Sarah. Glad you're here. Yeah, we're talking aliens. We're doing the alien thing. Let's bring ourselves together. So as you know, people in this group, a lot of us have been together now for quite a while. A lot of bonds, a lot of side conversations go on from this group. You guys are amazing. But let's all connect now in our hearts with each other. So all the veils dropped. We are just one. We are all on a journey. And we are all here to love and support each other. That's it. Let's connect like that with each other. The other thing that we need to do is to settle. One of the hardest things to do. Steve and I were talking about it over dinner tonight. Turn the mind chatter down. Whatever didn't get done today can wait. We'll be done in 20, 30 minutes. Whatever's ahead tomorrow, whatever needs to be gotten ready for tomorrow, it'll be there. Just try to still your mind. Go for no thought if you can. We're just here. Be present. Be connected. Be in love. What we're really pushing out is love. Take a good deep breath. Let's do some ohms, because ohm is such a call it in frequency. This story keeps coming to my mind, so I'm going to tell it. When I lived in downtown Dallas, I was about 6 blocks from Dealey Plaza, and I was living in this converted apartment that used to be the president's office of a department store. The building was a department store, had been turned into lofts. This was the man's office. It was incredible. It was on the 6th floor of that building, and it was right on Main Street in Dallas, which is where President Kennedy's motorcade went down that fateful day. I was sitting in there one night, and all of a sudden I felt the very strong presence of John F. Kennedy. I'm not kidding. We're talking about entities. We're talking about beings. We're going off the edge here tonight. I felt it very strong, to the point that I said, Mr. President, what can I do for you? Why are you here? And he asked if he could abide in my apartment. Could he stay there? What are you going to tell the President of the United States? No? I said, of course. I retracted that a few days later. But one of the things I asked was, why are you here? And the answer came back that he said, I saw the beacon of light coming through the window, and I was drawn to it. Now, I have a friend who used to work for the CIA, who was in law enforcement shortly after the Kennedy assassination. And I have a connection with this person who I can talk to on this kind of level. And I told him about this incident. And he said, oh, yeah. He said, a lot of people have stories of JFK connections downtown. Okay. My former CIA friend thinks I'm not crazy. But I mean, it was a real moment for me. And then I said, you're going to have to go. We want to be that beacon of light. So that's our intention. We are being that kind of beam of white light that whoever is out there that would help us can see it. Send chills. Let's do some ohms. Let's do 3. Take a good exhale. Do this one with the intention in your heart to be that beam of light. Now, make yourself a pure vessel. Anything going on in your life that needs to be, shall we say, cleaned up, just set an intention to do it as soon as you can. Anything needs to be released. Habits. Anything that would be a block. Just intend. Just say, okay, all right, I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to let it go. Or at least set it aside for a while. Anything that you know could be in your life that could be a block, release it. The other thing in doing something like this would be to shore yourself up with protection. So just to say, I am coming to this time in love and light only. Anything or anyone or any entity that is not love and light and to my good and to this planet's good, command it to leave. You must leave. Don't mess around with it. Just say, you are not welcome here right now or any other time. You must leave. Go find some other beam of light, some other window. It's all out there. You can't be here. And just say that in doing this exercise, you are putting a protective covering of white light around you, your family, your pets, your children, everything. To say that when we are going to approach something that we don't know, we don't even know if it exists, but let's say it does. We're going to do so only in love, only for humanity's benefit, and only in love. Make sure your intentions, your vessel, your heart, your soul are all in pure alignment. I mean, this is what we should be doing every day anyway. It's nothing special. It's a good exercise. Now, you know how about several months back we were doing those meditations where it was like we've already connected each other, but it's like we're all out on the beach. In fact, let's think of the ocean. Oceans are great places to do some magnificent sky watching, because if you can get to a place where there's no noise, light pollution, you can see so much. And of course, you can see all the way down to the horizons, and it makes some really good stargazing. So let's picture that we're all together on the beach. Good spot, huh? Picture us connected, holding hands in a great big circle. And we're obviously it's night, and we're looking up at the sky. You remember our North Carolina group, number one, the one in August, saw something moving really fast up in the sky. Told you about that. I mean, so we're looking up at the sky. We're together. We're holding hands around a big circle. And In fact, what I would say is let's drop our hands and let's put our hands up in the air. And we are just expressing in our hearts that we are humans from planet Earth. And we are confused. We are hurting, some of us. We're scared, some of us. We're uncertain, probably most of us. We've had lots of ups and downs over the last 3 years. We're uncertain about the future. And we are simply holding our arms up to say, in love, that if there is anything up there and out there that could, like I experienced in Dallas, something could see our energy and could see the white light that we are all collectively sending up together into the sky, and would be willing to benefically, friendly, lovingly help us, assist us, support us, encourage us, intercede for us, that we welcome your assistance. I guess that's a long-winded way of saying we could really use some help around here. Because we don't want to worry. We don't want to be operating in fear. We don't want to be concerned about tomorrow. We want to have hope for our children. We want to have a future in retirement. We want to be healthy. We just want to live. We want the human experience. And it seems like there are a lot of forces that might be pressing against that from different directions. So, angels, we invite you. Other things that we don't know, if you are here to assist in love and peace and goodness and purity and support of us, we invite your help. And for those who are not, we command you to leave us alone. And that's a command. Leave us alone. All this stuff of people, the elites that want to control humankind, go away. We command you to go away. We want freedom. We want freedom to choose, freedom to live our own lives. And we are now summoning strong forces, warrior forces from realms that we can't see to come assist us. And those of you that have reptilian, impure intentions for this planet, you are silenced. Because even as the scriptures of old say, greater is that which is in us than that which is in you. So you are commanded to leave, retreat, flee. We believe in our power and strength. We believe this stuff that we follow. We know it can heal our bodies. We also believe that it could heal our planet. So we call upon you. We invite you to help us. And the greatest gift we could give is love and gratitude. So we thank you for your assistance. Thank you in advance. Thank you for whatever you've been doing that we don't know. Thank you for listening to this crazy group of people who are just opening up to say, we want a better place to call home while we're here. I'd be real curious how many of you are feeling a connection to something out there right now. Maybe it's specific to you. Maybe it's just in general. If you're feeling something and you want to break and type, I'd love to know about it. You don't have to if you'd rather just hold the space. But I'm just curious. I am feeling a connection. It feels like there is something out there, and it's almost like it's saying that it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Sarah. This was when we were doing the ohms. Carmen said that it resonated beyond her phone. Yeah, thank you. Of course it is. Think anything else? Whoa. Whoa. And the internet was flickering. Nice. That's powerful. That is really powerful right there. I love that, Nancy. The wind chimes were chiming. Oh, love that. Yeah. This is cool. This is cool. I don't know. I mean, this is something that I would, maybe we need to do more of. Wow. Wow, Melissa. Amazing. Thank you. I guess it's maybe something that I haven't practiced that much, and we could all spend more time with this and then come back next weekend and share some notes on what we've experienced. Let's do that, actually. Let's do that. So whatever variety or flavor of this that you would like to practice through the week, the only thing I would say is that I really think that it's that grounding, purifying, and protecting yourself before you step into any kind of realm where there are energies, entities, beings, anything like that. Fred wrote the last book that I narrated for him, Clearing Entities. Talked about this a lot. That protecting yourself is the first and foremost and paramount thing. The reason I asked President Kennedy to leave was the Kennedy curse. And a couple of days later, just like, you can't do this. So old energies are residual. So just be careful. But if you're willing to play in this sandbox, maybe what we do through the week is your own variety of doing this individually. And then when we come together next weekend, we could see. The other thing that I was thinking is maybe some of you will experience some kind of encounter with something that is not typically normal. If you do, I'd love to hear about it. Either email, or you could put a post in the Facebook group, or you could put a comment in here. Maybe a Zoom afterwards. It was the beach meditation that got to Melissa. She didn't see, that was intentional. And I was thinking of St. Pete Beach, where you like to go. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Sarah says, I like to do a similar meditation or mental talk before bed to think about having dreams. That's excellent. Good. Hi, Carrie. Good to see you in here. I know you've been putting chats up. The technique I use is I see which entities I want to talk with me as a roll call. Oh, okay. Here we go. Start with the names of the guides I know and any ones that can slot their names in the list. Wow. Nice. Good technique. I like that a lot. Good. Wow. This could be anything from synchronicities, Sarah, to, like you could see something. You could see something at night. You could see an orb during the day. You could see literally a light ball. I would think that also, because we are experiencing new things, that there could be new ways of manifestation. Keep in mind, these beings can emulate people. So watch for unusual human activity in your awareness. Actually, you know what this is going to do is make this coming week one where you look at everything from a different perspective. Look at it from the eyes of, it's kind of like the kid, it's in here somewhere. I just have to find it. That joke, I forget what the deal is, but look for it. It's out there somewhere. So look for it. It could be anything. It could be something levitating. Just play with it. Be really playful. There are no rules. See what comes up. Yep, always repeating numbers. It is our spiritual oxygen mask, isn't it? Whatever is for the highest good. Absolutely. Oh, here's another good one. Thanks, Carrie. It's a good thought too. Music. Oh, yeah. Fred has talked about this too. The singing in other languages that you just make up. A little shaken. I know. That was, I was looking up at the ceiling here and just feeling like there was something right over there, Yeah, we could have an intense week this week. That's why I want you to stay with the grounding part. Stay really pure, stay really and that's not to say perfection, right? We know better than that. What it is to say is that we are staying in alignment. If you know that you're in alignment, then you're fine. If you know that there's something that's in your life that is not in alignment with your truth, where you're supposed to be, and that's why I don't want to go down some litany list of stuff that would apply to this person, but not to that person. Because what keeps me in alignment may not be what keeps you in alignment. Maybe you have no impact at all. Like there are things that I shouldn't be doing that you can do freely, and vice versa. So it's your truth. It's you being able to look at that mirror in the morning and know that all is well. There's no guilt. There's no accusation. It's you and your soul. When you look in that mirror, you're looking into that soul. Can you look in the mirror and say, I love you? Can you look in the mirror and say, I am pure today, where I am in my space? If you can't, then clean that up. Because this is some powerful stuff. As Davi said, I feel a little shook right now. This is powerful stuff. So make sure that you are in that protected alignment. That's what I'm suggesting here. And then we can go play. Once you're set, then you can go play. This would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. I'd love to see that kind of thing. Perfect. Hey, Cheryl, thanks for putting your name in there. Yeah, let me in. Wow. Wow. Look at it. I knew this stuff would come through. I knew we'd be seeing this for sure. Saw an angel landing for that. That's so cool. Okay, now somebody was saying, absolutely, Arnaldo. Yes. So, okay, you were asking, Esmon was asking earlier about the RV show. Here was the biggest takeaway for me from the RV show. It's like, Verizon now has a 5G wireless hotspot out, and I got one, and it is awesome. I'm telling you, it is awesome. So I feel really confident that I can do these from just about anywhere, as long as I'm not out in the boonies somewhere or driving across the Tampa Bay Bridge, out in the middle of the ocean or the bay, then I do feel like I can do these from about anywhere, which gives me great confidence that we could do a Zoom afterwards. So yes, let's plan on that. And even if I have to duck into a hotel next weekend, I'm due anyway. So let's plan on doing a Zoom afterward next weekend, and we'll keep it shorter so that we're moving into that, so that we have time to chat and talk after the meeting next Sunday. Okay. I know we've been talking about doing that. And so we will jump on that, and I'll get all the logistics of that worked out, and it will be posted in the Facebook group ahead of next Sunday. So you'll know what we're going to do. All right. Sounds good. Okay. Yeah. I know we are so Marianne Williamson, right? It's that we are afraid that we're so powerful. We're afraid to use it, afraid to believe it. We're afraid to believe it. Steve and I were talking about that as well this evening, that we have so much potential. And a lot of times we just won't allow it to come up. So we've got this, folks. We absolutely have got this. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. And if you do have something and you are in our Facebook group, please put it in there. We'd love to share what is going on around this. That would be great. You guys have a wonderful week. Thank you for being here tonight. This was a great experience. I really honestly had no idea where this was going to go. And man, I think we could all say that this was very powerful and interesting. And let's see what comes of it. I love you guys so much. And I just really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you on the podcasts and hopefully more time this week to drop into the Facebook group as well. You guys have a great one. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next Sunday, if not before.